Hello everyone. It is Tuesday. It is live at 5. I know it's 85 degrees outside, 81, and I have a sweater on because we have the air conditioning on. Our building is one of those that it gets boiling hot and then it gets freezing cold. So you're often going to see me in a sweater. That's just my scoop. Hi, Patty. Good to see you. Welcome to the live. We do lives at 5s on Tuesdays. And we do them on Saturdays usually at 9:30 in the morning. And hi, Sherry. This week is a little different because it's Yarn Crawl week. Hi, Rachel. And so I'm not sure. Like, we may not do a Stash Buster, we may do a live instead. We have Up North Yarns here, so we may do a live with her. I'm not sure. Just depends on how many thousands of things she brings up and how we're going to work all that. And we may or may not do our Saturday live. So watch Facebook. And we'll put out some notices beforehand so you know to watch. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Ariana. Hi, Amy. I have to stop that. I keep doing this. I don't know what to do with my hands. Hi, Marcina. Good to see you. Hi, Loretta. Good to see everyone. We are busy putting new shelf labels on all the yarn and all that kind of stuff, rearranging stuff. Hi, Liz. Hi, Dora. Hi, Jean. If you are coming to our shop for the middle of the Mitten Yarn Crawl, which is June 11th through the 20th, we also are having 3 trunk shows, official trunk shows. We're having Up North here Thursday and Friday. This coming Thursday and Friday, like day after tomorrow. We are having Euphoria Knits a week from Friday, and we are having Woolly Wardrobe a week from Saturday. I will do lives with theirs also. We also have some, hi Sharon and Sue, hi Peggy. Let me see. Dora came on, Lisa came on, Doreen came on, Deb came on. Okay, I think I got everybody. Melissa came on. We're also doing, if you purchase something from our store, you can put a copy of your receipt in one and win a prize just for our store. We did that last year. It went over really, really well. You get to pick your prize, so to speak, and then we do a drawing from everybody who put their receipts in. We're also doing our, hi Jackie, hi Sharon. We're also doing our grand prizes a little differently this year. Make sure if you go to other shops that you get your, obviously you're going to come to a piece of you, but make sure you get your passport stopped at each shop that you go to, because then each shop, wherever you end up, give them your last page of your passport. They will send it to me, and we will put your name in for a drawing. If you go to 8 shops, you'll have 8 drawing entries. If you go to 1 shop, you'll have 1 drawing entry. You could still win. You never know. But we're going to have about 15 gifts. Each one of the shops donated something, and then we also have a couple from some of our manufacturers, so they donated things, so we added to that. So that's kind of fun. So rather than just 3 people winning gigantic baskets of yarn, we're going to have about 15 people winning something really special. So hi Heather, hi Jackie. And it's a whole host of different things from people, everything from an electronic gift card to some books and some yarn. And the yarn is enough for a project, you know what I mean? So you're not just getting a random skein of this or that. So that's really cool. So that is fun. We're also doing hi Linda. We're also doing the bus tour. And I think we're going to, you can sign up until like, really I need to know by next Monday Hi, Christy. Good to see you. Because we're going to do box lunches with Vinny at Uptown Grill. And I contacted him. He has some great choices for us. I'll be contacting everybody who did sign up. I'm going to wait. I said I was going to do it today or yesterday or today, but I have a couple people that are thinking about coming, so I thought I'd just do it all at once. And so you're going to get like a sandwich and a salad and a chip and a dessert and, you know, all kinds of stuff with that too. So that's a fun way to do it. And the bus is not super full, so I think that'll be fun too. They are meeting here at A Piece of You between 7:30 and 8. We hope to leave here at 8. And then we will be going off to 7 other shops on our trip. The price is $110. I know that seems a little steep, but it's really the price of gas and the driver. So that's the scoop. I'm doing a straight pass-through on that one. So if you are on the fence thinking about it, there's some fun people going. I think you'd have a lot of fun. And remember, you don't have to buy a sweater quantity at every stop. You know, we're not expecting that. Obviously, we would love it if everybody came in and said, I want to make this sweater, and then our store was empty by the end of a yarn crawl. That would be so cool. But we know that won't happen. So, but we have a lot of things coming in that are going to be exclusive for us at our store. There are little things that you can get for, you know, just say you went to a store and stuff like that. So, hi Deb, good to see you. So that is enough of my thing. You do have to buy a passport and a bag. It's $10 extra. That is not included in the bus trip. And if you want to do the passport, all of the shops have passports and bags. And so that's good too. And this year the bag is a little cooler bag, so you can put your lunch or your snacks as you're traveling from store to store. So that's kind of fun. All right, let's get to what you've been waiting for. Lots of fun stuff today. Yes. So, June. It is June. I had to take a think. It is Notions month with our monthly savings book. And so if you have one of our coupon books, we're going to show you some things that you're going to get a discount with your coupon. So if you haven't used your coupon, now is the time. And you know what? Notions are perfect to give to your knitting group, your hairdresser that knits or crochets or whatever, or even just little gifts for the grandkids or something like that. So think about that when you're looking at Notions. So I have a bunch here today. Some I showed you on Saturday. Some are new today. So we had a refresh of all our Coco Knits stitch markers. So we have the colorful stitch markers. Those are the normal size. These I use every day. I love them. They work with the Coco Knits magnet boards because these are metal. So if you put them on a magnet, they do hook, because we just got to see, look at that. It just sits right there and it doesn't fall off. These are all of the stitch markers that they do are metal. And so they work with the Notion trays, and I have the round ones and the rectangular ones in there. Those are both on sale. So, and they're not a bad price if you don't have one of our monthly savings books. I do have 2 left if you're still looking for one. The round ones are $15, $12.75 with the coupon. The rectangular ones, these are great. They are 4 inches wide by 8 inches long. And they are in $18.50 regularly, $15.75 with your coupon. Hi, Elaine. Good to see you. Lots of new people on today. That's cool. So what do I have from Coco Knits? I have their colorful stitch markers, which work up to a size 13 needle. They work for just about all your projects. The small ones go up to a size 7. I love these things. I never used them before. Now I'm addicted. The colorful split markers, these are great, and they work for crocheters too. So those are fun. And in each one of these, there are 60 markers. So that's really cool. Well, these guys. And then in these guys, let's see. These are the opening colorful stitch markers. They're the coilless safety pins. These go up to size 11. There's 60 of those. Now, these jumbo ones, there's only 30. There's half as many, but that's because they're so big and they work great. I am using those for a project right now that we're going to have a kit on. You might see it on Saturday. A kit on for the yarn crawl. I got to finish it, so you won't see it yet. I also have the precious metal stitch markers, which you're going to get 54 markers. There's 3 different sizes: the small, the colorful size, and the coilless safety pin. These are all magnetic. They come in this little box that is magnetic too, so it closes right up, and those are $10 each. All of these are $10. So yeah, so that's my scoop. They're $8.50 with your coupon, so stock up. All right, we also have something else for you. We have the stitch marker holder keychain, and these are so much fun. You put them on your knitting bag. You're never without a stitch marker. This one says just one more row. This one says, shh, I'm counting. That one you just have to put up to your significant other and say, excuse me, while you're counting. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 markers on each one of those. They are $10. They are $8.50 with your coupon. So make sure you get those. Those are really, really fun. And you can put other, you could buy the opening colorful stitch markers and put them on here too. That would work. You can put lots of stuff on there. So those are really, really fun. And think Christmas. I know it's 7 months away, but you're going to wish you did. All right. I have some little bitty Notion bags, hence Notions, huh? These are $11. These are from Emma Ball. I love these bags. I have a couple of them. This one is a crochet one, and they're all lined. I wanted to show you that one. This one is called Mystical Lanterns. Mystical Lanterns. Very cool. These are $11 a piece, $9.35 with your coupon. This one is Sheepskin Sweaters. Very cute. This one is Butterflies. This one is Crafting Gnomes. And this one is, let me find out what the real one is. Seagulls in Sweaters, I think. Seagulls in Sweaters. I have this one next to my table. And then I also have 2 of the big ones. These are $17.50. They're $14.88 with your coupon. Oh, and it's the only one I didn't open. Hang on, let me show you. I like these because you can fit a project in here. And it's filled with fun little fabric. It's lined. And these are really cute because you could be a sewer, you could be a crocheter, you could be a knitter, you could be a quilter, and you can still use this bag. I have 2 of these, so just say the big gnome bag, and we can get that one for you, okay? So that one is normally $17.50, $14.88 with your coupon, okay? So remember, think about Christmas and holiday and birthdays and Mother's Day for next year or whatever. Somebody might have a birthday coming up. So these are perfect things for that. All right, we are showing you the Guernsey scarf again, and that is because I think this one is just so pretty. We had a couple of you buy it. And really, sometimes I like these little, basic patterns. And we are going to include the pattern with it. It's the Guernsey scarf. The kits are 3 skeins of Blue Sky Fibers baby alpaca. Hey, Tari. And it is so soft. You're going to want that wrapped around your neck. Because, again, it will be winter again sometime. I know I'm not supposed to use the W word, but hi, Kaylee. I have medium gray. I have dark gray. I have porcelain. It's the only marled one I have left. I have taupe. I have huckleberry. I have pistachio. I have brown. And I have light gray. These are all going to be beautiful for that scarf. 3 skeins is what you're going to do. And I have light gray, I have brown, I have pistachio, you can just call it green. I have huckleberry, I have taupe, I have porcelain, I have dark gray, and I have medium gray. So very, very nice. $52.50 gets you 3 skeins of this wonderful yarn. So that's my scoop. All right, I already told you about the Middle of the Mitten yarn crawl and our bus trip. And there are 12 shops. We're only going to 8 because we didn't want you out at past dinner. These are the insulated bags. They're very nice. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. The weather's, I think, going to cooperate. I think it's going to rain today and tomorrow and then be beautiful for the rest of the crawl. Let's hope so. All right. You know, I was working on my Purple Moon and somebody needed needles. And I don't remember who it was. I think it was Doreen. And because you start with a size 3, you just cast on with a 3 and immediately go to a 4. Okay? I am using my Likey set. These are the starter sets. They go 3 through 7. 3 through 7, US 7. Perfect for this project because you're using a 3 and a 4. It has a 16-inch cord, a 20-inch cord, and a 24-inch cord. So very nice. I love these kits. I like them because they just have what you need. Just the basics there. Hi, Cassandra. And I am doing my whole one. You can't tell right now because I have it on a U-cord. We sell U-cord by the foot. It's $1.50 a foot. I have gobs of it at my house. Hi, Diane. It all seems to be on project, so every time I put a sweater on a mannequin, I have to buy more. But I'm using a 24-inch cord for the whole sweater because it's not color work. I don't have to spread it out. I don't have to do anything. It's so easy. I was hoping to be at the break for the sleeves, but I didn't quite get there today. I had a couple other things I had to get done. So, but it's really fun. It's really easy. This is the Purple Moon sweater. The pattern's $8.50 on Ravelry. The kits are $102. It's 4 skeins of camper, 3 skeins of mohair. And that way you can make the sleeves a little longer if you want, or the body a little longer. But the reason I was saying these Likey sets is because we don't have very many left. They work with all the Mindful, Likey, Knit Picks, Knit Pro, any of those cords they work with. We do have the 32 and the 40-inch here if you wanted to spread it out. I have blush, I have natural, I have driftwood, and I have, I can't remember what this one's called. I think it's denim. Hang on, let me see. I think it's denim. Just call it denim. And these are $95 right now. I looked them up. They're going to be $125 next time we order them. That's how much needles have gone up. And so I'm encouraging people to buy their needles. Has been one of the things that has just skyrocketed. These are fantastic. I have one of the blue denim ones left. I have one of the driftwood left. I have a couple of the blush left, and I have, I think, 2 or 3 of the natural left. I have all 4 of these. I can count. I use them all the time. They're interchangeable with the Dreams needles. So if you like, because I started off with these and then I went to Dreams for my sweater. These are great. And I don't know about you, but I never have enough needles. So these go 3 through 7, which is, that's why they call it a starter set, because those are the most popular needle sizes. So try and get these. They're very fun. We also, if you like metal needles, Likey came out with a flight set. It's a little more expensive. It's $160, but these are the 3.5-inch sets. I do have the 5-inch sets. These are stainless steel. These are stainless steel, surgical stainless steel. And they're competing with ChiaoGoo. And they're a little less expensive than ChiaoGoo. And everyone who has bought these has loved them. They go from a size US 3 up to a 10.5, which is a really nice deal. It's $160. You get a 16-inch cord, a 20-inch cord, a 24-inch cord, and a 32-inch cord. So very good. These are really nice. I know Lorena has them and loves them. They're a little bit more expensive, but I think they're going to last for a long, long time. I have purple, I have denim, and I have one of the, oh good, it doesn't tell me. I'm just going to call them brown because I don't know what color this is. Maroon. It's called maroon. I'm trying to read what they call this maroon. They call this denim. They call this purple. These are really, really nice. These are also have gone up in price. So the next time we order them, they're going to be more. They're going to be closer to $200. So it is, I know it's an investment, but anytime you buy a needle set, it is worth it because nowadays, if you were to buy all of these needles individually, it will cost you a fortune. Just telling you. That's all. That's my PSA for today. So what color are you going to make your Purple Moon sweater in? Mine is in Kit E colors. I think it's really pretty. I am using one strand of the mohair, one strand of camper. It's a fingering and a mohair. It's going to be very lightweight. It's very nice. And you are going to get 4 campers, which is the fingering weight. There's 200 yards and a skein of that. 3 mohairs, and it's $102 for the kit. So I have color E, which you can see better on the sample. I have color A, which is navy and navy. We decided to do kind of like what she's doing. And we are doing tonals. So I have A and A, and I have B and navy. I really like those two together. I have C with this purple, and you would never think it goes until you look up close at that C camper and go, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I have D, which is kind of a peachy pink. It's not saccharine. It's very pretty. I have K, which is gray. I have J, which is green with green, but this green camper has so many colors in it. Camper is Scout's little sister. So if you are not familiar with Camper, but you are familiar with Scout, it's basically the same yarn, just lighter weight. And G is a cream on cream. So very pretty. I was going to do the G, and then I realized everybody's going to be feeling my sweater, and it's going to get so dirty. I'm not going to want it. So the Likey sets are Birchwood knitting needle sets. Okay. The Likey flights are surgical steel. Yeah. I just saw Peggy's comment, so I wanted to get those in. Okay. We just marked down our Patagonia. We needed room for something coming in. And so I found the Painting Brick sweater. And I love this one. I don't know who made this one, but it's so pretty. If you go on Ravelry, it's one of the projects. And so I love it. Now, the one thing I am going to tell you, it's a unisex pattern. So watch your sleeves. Most people who made their sleeves much shorter than the pattern called for because it is a unisex pattern. I'm just warning you ahead of time. It'll be fine. So if you think with your kit you're not going to get quite as much yarn, you're going to be fine because I looked at everybody's kits and that's about how much they used. The pattern it's a Stephen West pattern, so those are usually pretty easy to follow. It's on Ravelry for $8.50. We can get it for you. It's the Painting Brick sweater. It is a top down, and I think it is really, really pretty. And our kits are $107.50 because we put Patagonia down. And what we did was we combined Patagonia with Woolstock worsted because you can get a DK gauge with it. And you didn't need a whole lot of yarn. I hate when you're like stuck with 3/4 of a ball. What am I going to do with it? Yeah, that kind of thing. So I put together some kits with some fun colors. So there's 5 colors of Woolstock in here. And then I have 3 skeins of the Patagonia. It will go up to a 48-inch sweater. We do have extras, I think, of all of the colors of the Patagonia, so we can add an extra one of those. You can add another color also of the wool stock. We're pretty well stocked, so we should, if you wanted to add like a light pink in with smoked, we could do that, okay? Just let us know. So these kits are $107.50. If you like this kit, just put smoked in the comments. This one is light gray, which kind of looks like hers, so I kind of gave it colors that were kind of like hers. Denim is going to be your main color, and then I put 5 contrasting colors. Very pretty. Turquoise, I thought this is going to be a statement sweater, so I put some really fun colors in here. And this one is turquoise. This one is charcoal. I think this one's going to be really pretty. So it has 5 different colors, and then the charcoal is going to be your base. And then I have sand. And sand is very close to light gray, but one is a gray and one is a light brown. So I kind of put the stuff that kind of goes with brown with that one. So I have sand, I have denim, I have light gray, I have smoked, I have turquoise, and I have charcoal. And this looks like a really, really fun pattern. And I love hers. I apologize to whoever knit this. I did not write down whose project it was, but you can find it on Ravelry. And it's really, really nice. I think it's fun. All right. We still have another option for you. If you haven't used your coupon, you can buy doodle decks. And these are normally $25 a set. With your coupon, they're $21.25. And they have 1 instructional card, 2 cowl pattern cards, and 24 color chart cards in each one of these. So I have several of them available. I have the travel doodle, which is the one I'm making a sweater out of. It's kind of gone on hiatus for a little while. I have the fantasy doodle. I have baking. I think that one's really fun. That would be a great Christmas sweater. I have haunted. Very fun. These will work for hats, cowls, socks, whatever. Sports. Hopefully it's not completely glary. I have garden doodle. I have dino doodle. This one is great, especially if you have some little boys in your life. I have Valentine's doodle. Lots of hearts and lovey things. I have botanical doodle, which is different than the garden doodle. This one is more floral than the garden. Garden is more, you know, like rubber boots and watering cans and pots and bees. And so, and then I have the spellbound, which is kind of cool. It's witches' hats and cauldrons and all kinds of fun things like that. And I also have 1 each of these guys. I have the cat doodle. I have the Arctic doodle. I have the farm doodle, which I think is really fun. It's got sheep and chickens and horses and barns and pigs and all kinds of stuff. And I have the romance doodle. Very fun. And we also have our doodle binders. These are fun. There's 160 slots. So if you buy a couple of these, it's nice to put them in the doodle binders. They are $20 and they will be $3 off. So $17 if you buy them. I have 3 blues and 1 red left. And you just slide your cards in there. Great way to store them. Okay, what do you do? Here's a sample of the cowl. This one was from the Rhinebeck. I did sweaters and sheep and apple trees and all that kind of fun stuff. So very fun. So make sure you get those. They're a lot of fun to work with. You can, what it is it lets you do your own Fair Isle type of thing. And so that way you can figure out what you're going to do. I'm doing the travel one, and I'm putting them in like planes, trains, and automobiles type of an idea. So it's kind of fun. Okay, stay tuned for updates on that one. That one probably won't be till the fall. All right. So we also have, because I know I have some sock knitters, I don't want to forget about you guys. I know I like the sweaters, but there are sock knitters, and this pattern just came out. It's the Polyrhythm sock. Let me bring it closer so I can show you. Isn't that a beautiful sock? It's so pretty. It's top down, cuff down, and it's really, really pretty. It's a free pattern, and we thought it would be great to use our Barocco vintage sock, which is $12.75. So if you want a pair of socks very inexpensively, it has wool, acrylic, nylon. It is washable, and lay it flat to dry. All right. There is 437 yards in a skein, and there is plenty for a pair. So I have 69, I have 90, I have 18. We picked the solids because we think a variegated is going to get lost in that pattern. 16, or the pattern's going to get lost in a variegated. This is 16, which I have 50 here, so you can see the difference. It's just a little darker red than color 50. I have 116. I have 20, which is a really pretty navy. 21. I have 71, which is this really pretty forest green. I have 25, which is a beautiful gray. 22, which is a royal blue. It's a little lighter than the navy. Not shocking or anything. I have 55, which is a good oatmeal color. And I have 60. So I have 3 reds. And there you can see them all together. I have 50 is the brightest, 16 is the middle, 60 is the darkest. All of these you would be able to see that beautiful pattern with. And I know we're doing a spring knit along, but these all qualify for the summer knit along, which ends August 15th. So if you are a sock knitter, get one of these skeins, finish your socks, and you can be entered into our drawing to win a gift certificate. Great deal. So once again, I have color 22, 25, 71, 21, 20, 116, 50, 16, 60, 69, 90, 18, and 55. I think these reds would be beautiful for Christmas socks. So, yes, so that is my scoop for tonight. Stay tuned for what we're going to be doing. Hopefully we'll give you a little bit of notice ahead of time, but just watch our page Thursday morning, Friday morning, Saturday morning, and then we'll give you a few days off. So that's my scoop. We are open this Sunday for Second Sunday, and also for the yarn crawl from 12 to 3. So just thought I'd put that in. So that is my scoop for today. You guys have a great day. And remember, everybody's like, why am I knitting on wool right now? That's so that you have it done and you can wear it in September when it gets cold again. So don't put off getting one of these painting brick sweater kits. I think they're really cool. And at $107.50, it's not a bad deal. So that is my scoop for today. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you soon.